Alright, hello my friends, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So, today I'm going to be bringing you Against the Storm, which is a roguelike, deck-building, city-building game, all of which are things that I love. I'm going in pretty much completely blind. I haven't played this game or seen it played, but I have heard very good things. It's still in early access on Steam, and I wanted to check it out and bring you along with me, so let's jump right in.
The world is plagued by the Blight Storm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the smoldering city, where the mysterious Scorched Queen reigns. You are one of her viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown.
Love the aesthetics so far.
To help rebuild the smoldering city and secure the future of the Queen's subjects.
Okay, use WASD or the mouse to move the camera. We can do that. Okay, neglecting your village will increase the Queen's impatience and bring her wrath upon you. So the Queen's impatience increases just over time, and then I guess we lose if this bar fills. Cool. Fulfilling your duties will increase the town's reputation, unlock new buildings, and eventually bring you victory. Alright, fill this bar before filling this bar. Got it. Now, choose a new blueprint. Click on the crown icon below. Each expedition starts with only a few essential blueprints. More will be given to you as you gain reputation points. Now pick the woodcutter's camp. Okay? For woodcutters going out into the wild to cut down trees. Press space to resume. Alright, we are starting the game. Build a woodcutter's camp and explore the forest. You have to keep the fire going at all times. Okay? Run out of wood, then that's bad. Now, where do we build buildings? Oh, right here. Alright, let's build a woodcutter's camp. So, looks like we get a radius here. We can try to place it so that it maximizes the wood collection. So let's stick it here. I'm not 100% sure if the arrow is directing where the workers will be leaving from, or where resources and workers will enter. Like, should I have this pointed back towards my town center, or should I have it pointed towards the woods? I'll point it towards the woods for now. Okay. Plus right button to cancel. Alright, we've built a woodcutter's camp. Anyone gonna do the thing? Alright, here we go. Have a couple villagers wandering over to help build the woodcutter's camp. So it looks like we have, as our population, humans, beavers, and lizards. Let's make sure that our woodcutters, so we can assign some workers. So let's make sure that we assign beavers to the woodcutting camp. Seems like that's the natural choice. Yeah, beavers are hardworking and honest. They're gifted woodworkers. Okay, new orders. New orders. Woodcutters camp. Build 2 woodcutters camps and collect 10 wood. Then we get 3 more beavers and 1 point in our victory tracker. Cool. Alright, well, let's build another camp. Put it over here, I guess. So that, actually, let's put it on the other side so it's not overlapping completely. Looks like that might be lettuce or something that we can harvest later. So yeah, we'll do this corner. Trying to look at where the workers are leaving from as well. So it looks like they enter where the arrow was pointing. Doesn't really look like the facing is mattering that much, actually. We'll try to figure that out later if there's wood or anything along those lines. For now, I guess we'll just assign humans to this. What are humans good at? Humans are good at farming and brewing. Beavers are good at woodcutting and engineering. Lizards are good at animals, and meat production. Okay. And so we'll replace these humans once we have gathered enough wood to get our upgrade done. Alright, orders ready to complete. Deliver. So that should get us 3 new beavers, reinforced axes to make our wood cutting better, and a reputation. Cool. So let's, I'm gonna replace these with more beavers, make sure that we're optimizing here. Mark trees for harvest. Useful in trying to carve a path into nearby glades. Can I close that? Yeah, okay. So I need to explore for 2 glades, so let's mark, I guess, these foggy patches are glades, so I'm just going to mark these trees and try to make a path in. What do we get as a reward for that? We'll get some meat and 3 new humans. Cool. Gonna speed the game up a little here. Currently have some guys just sitting around, but right now I'm just gonna follow the tutorial track and make sure that I don't mess that up too badly. Because sometimes in this type of roguelike game, if you get off the tutorial track, it just breaks. Alright, you can choose a new blueprint as a reward for acquiring reputation points. Click the pulsing number on the reputation bar. I definitely misread that as click the pulsing member. Very different kind of game. In the lower part of the screen. Can it tell me, so we can get a shelter. Alright, great. So let's get some housing. Must be built near a hearth. Let's rotate these so that we can kind of line them up. I don't want to build over those flowers, I guess. So I think our housing district is going to be here, down near the hearth. 1, 2, wait, how many can they accommodate again? Shelter can house 3 residents, and we have 3, 6, and 12, so I need at least 4 of these. Oh, oops, okay. Looks like we want to move this 1 tile down if I want to keep things lined up, and I do. Now, can units walk through buildings, or did I just block my tiles? Alright, so we just explored this glade. It seems to have a flax field in it. This is a moss broccoli patch, and this resource is clay. Okay. Let me undesignate these, because we already got the path, and I just want to clear space without breaking into new areas until the game sort of suggests that I do that. Yeah, so currently still just exploring glades. Alright, so it looks like I do want to leave paths in between my houses in order for units to pass through them, so I've kind of blocked off an end of my city here. Alright, looks like we've got some more clay over here. I'm going to do that. What's this? Alright, it just tells me that there's clay. 2 glades, so I can collect this order. Assign 5 beavers as woodcutters. Yeah, we did that. We sort of intuited that one. Let's get some meat. Next objective. Build a small foragers camp. Can only gather from small nodes. It can collect grain, roots, and vegetables. We need to collect some vegetables. Then we can get perk giant vegetables. Cool. Alright, so that will be under... Oh, no, we need to unlock it. Your renown grows. You can now choose from one of the available blueprints that the Queen offers you. Small foragers camp. Let's put this over here. I'll place it so it faces the moss broccoli. It's kind of nice that you can just move buildings. Like, I'm just going to move this woodcutters camp over a little bit. I guess over only 1 tile currently, just to make a path here. Then, I think I am actually going to designate these trees to cut so that we can increase our shelter. Now, I want to assign some humans to these. We currently only have 1 vegetable path. I'm also actually going to designate these to cut as well to see if we can acquire another resource. Is there... So if I do shelters, I can't just copy. Like, I do have to click on this. I can't click on the building and then tell it to copy itself. Let's build these and have them face back inwards. Trying to make sure that I have enough housing for my village to grow. Trying to maintain enough idle villagers that it looks like only idle villagers build. This worker's proficiency increased. That's kind of cool. Good to know that that's an option. Is this? Yeah, this is humans. So you are Renward Stormgrasp, a forager. Can I rename the villagers? Because that would be kind of fun. Showing me our perks available. We should have, I think, all of our residents filled, because currently we've got 6, 6, and 3, and we have space for 18 villagers. Up here, it looks like we've gotten a root deposit and Stormbird nest. Let's hope its owner doesn't come back. Okay. So that's our first sort of military... Our first hint that there's some military in this game. Alright, we've got our vegetables collected. Give me that. Objective. Build a stonecutter's camp. Can collect stone and clay. Collect 5 clay. Obtain 8. And then we will get some stone. Okay. Let me unlock the stonecutter's camp. Put this... Nope. Can I rotate the camera? Yes, I can. Okay. Let's put this here, where it will face the clay. Slightly inefficient because of that one tree. I'd like it to be closer, but that's okay. And then, are lizards good at digging? No, they're just good at meat. We don't have anyone who's good at digging. So, I'll use humans, because we have a few spare humans. Currently don't have anything for our lizards to do, but that's okay. And then I might as well do another camp. Try to speed up this section. Newcomers are waiting. Once in a while, you can welcome a new group of villagers. Don't let them wait too long. Newcomers. So I would get either a human and a beaver, or a lizard and a human, and they come with some resources. Some grain, or vegetables, leather, and stone. These people have been sent here by the crown. Which group do you want to stay? Which group do you want to stay, Viceroy? The others will continue on to the next settlement. One thing I like about this game is it's not often you have a sympathetic Viceroy. I think let's grab a beaver and a human for now. Just get all that grain. I don't know what our food consumption is looking like. Click to expand category. So currently we are increasing food, it looks like, losing building materials, increasing everything else. Good to know. We've collected all the clay, so let's grab this. Got some stone and harvester's camp. So for the next thing we need to build a harvester's camp, harvest plant fiber or reed, so that'll be the flax. And yeah, do 5 of that. Great, same deal. There's only 3 nodes of flax in each area, so let's keep it in close. We'll do one of those. I still have enough. I've got 17 people and 18 housing space. So I'm going to build one. I'm going to kind of future-proof by building one more house, which does mean I need to start a new row of housing. Hearing the storm happening. Oh, right, I need to actually assign people to this clay deposit if I want them to do that. humans are good at farming, right? So I want humans here. So I'll swap out you for a lizard, because our lizards don't have a job right now, and put a human on the flax. Let's increase the speed a little bit. Alright. Winning and losing. In Against the Storm, you build not one, but many settlements. To successfully establish a town, and therefore win a run, you need to collect enough reputation points to fill the entire reputation bar. It's important to do this before the Queen's impatience reaches its maximum. If the Queen loses her patience, you will lose. You also lose if all your villagers either leave or die. Fair enough. We can explore larger and smaller glades. To establish a successful settlement, you'll have to cut your way through to them. Glades can contain resources, treasures, fertile soil, ruined buildings, and more. The best rewards come from dangerous or forbidden glades marked with a skull icon. But these always have at least one dangerous glade event, which will require you to deliver certain goods or complete a challenge to complete them. Cool. Every building has its own internal storage. Every few minutes, workers will take breaks. Return to a nearby hearth to eat and rest. They'll consume food. Alright, so everything needs to be transported to the main warehouse. Good to know. Right now, just waiting for this. Did that. Let's go back to normal speed and turn in that objective. Objective. Planks in crude workstation. Bricks in crude workstation. Fabric. Alright, so we're learning about tier 2 goods. Let's build a workstation. We'll put it kind of central. Alright, so actually, so that's interesting. Hang on, let me read this. The crude workstation currently is only taking from 2 things if I put it there. But this is our woodcutter's camp. That's our main warehouse. So can it not pull from the warehouse? No, okay, it is pulling from the warehouse directly. But it can also, if I put it near these other things, pull from them directly. So let's place it right here, where it will pull from all of those production buildings directly. I could also probably move my production buildings in to kind of centralize my production. That's a cool mechanic, that it will pull from the production buildings directly if it's close enough, but otherwise we'll just pull from the warehouse. If I try to place a workstation all the way out here, yeah, it will still pull from the warehouse no matter how far away it is, so that's also good to know. Here I assume this is engineering, so we'll put a beaver in here, and I'm going to pull 1 beaver off of woodcutting, replace him with a lizard, and make sure we've got 2 engineers on this. Looks like I can turn off all of these possible productions. Produce goods 0 out of 5, storage is empty. Cool. Being able to turn off production is important for resource chain management, of course. What are they building right now? They're building... Can I see what they're currently producing? Alright, this guy's currently producing bricks, this guy's producing fabric, and we can see their progress bar there. Alerts. Choose a cornerstone. From time to time, the Queen will offer powerful cornerstones. So, no one can weather the storm alone. The Queen offers you a cornerstone that will lay the foundation for your town's prosperity. Choose wisely, as you won't be able to change it. Okay, cool. So this is a buff. Global buff to our town. Gain 20 reed and 20 clay for each discovered glade, or production is 50% quicker in the crude workstation. I think we'll go for faster production, since that's our main blocker right now, and we can already see that speeding things up. I'm going to try to break through to this glade. I notice that there's no dangerous glades except for this one, so let's try to break through to the dangerous glade, actually, just to see what happens. And in order to do that, I'm going to move this woodcutting camp over here, where it'll be a little easier for it to pass through. That does put it out of range of our workstation, but we still have one of each production building in range, so that should be okay. I'm just curious what will happen if we break through to this. Once again, let's speed up the game a little bit. There are hotkeys for increasing and decreasing speed. I'll have to check that later. I have to say, love the aesthetics, love the music so far. We will hopefully get to a more challenging section once we're out of the tutorial, but this game is honestly looking great, and I'm glad I'm taking a look at it. If you're a veteran of the game and are watching this, definitely happy to get some sort of general advice, but try not to spoil important things that happen later. Alright, so we can actually just get this herbalist's camp if we assign it. That's kind of cool, but we have no available workers. Interesting. So we need more workers to restore this herbalist camp. Herbalist camp is idle. Yeah, so we just got one for free because we chopped through into this glade. And it also comes with mushrooms and dewberry bushes. Go up to increase speed again. And we're now done our production. So let's do orders ready to complete. The reward for this is parts and workstation upgrade, which will stack with our... We will then have speed and amount to workstations. Alright, ancient tablets. Cut through the forest to discover one dangerous or forbidden glade. Well, we're already on our way to do that. Change scrolls to fabric in the ancient shrine. Deliver one ancient tablet. Alright, we'll see what that means when we break through. Let me move this wood cutting camp closer to where we're trying to cut through as well. Yeah. It's going to keep telling me that the herbalist's camp is idle. Right now our production chain looks pretty good. Everything is increasing. We have some food decreasing, but overall our food is going up. I like these arrows. I think that's a very good visual way to do this. So, okay, we've got choose a blueprint. We can choose a lizard house, a beaver house, or a human house. Has to be built. I can close that and come back. Let's decide to choose based on which newcomers we get. 2 beavers and a human. Beaver and a lizard. I think we beaver and 2 lizards. Well, I think we want 2 beavers because we're already short on them, and then I can replace this lizard with a beaver where we wanted one. And then did we have... Yeah, we had a human working, or we had a lizard working in the wrong building as well. Then I've got so many beavers in my town that I'm going to pick up a beaver house. Can house 2 residents, but will it make the beavers more happy? I'm not sure why we want these specifically, because shelters can house 3. Won't satisfy the need for species-specific housing. But if we build some beaver houses up here, I guess I need 5 of these. And they require brick. They also need to be within the radius of the shelter. So you run out of space pretty fast in this game, it looks like. But that should house all of my beavers. And we'll see if they work better when they are housed like that. And then over here, we've got some extra guys running around, so we will put some people in the herbalist's camp. Oh, I see. Choose a reward. Rebuild or salvage. So I can choose... Let's rebuild it. No builders available. Oh, because I put guys in here. So let's remove them, have them rebuild, and then we'll do that thing. Okay, but we broke through. So, new threat, ancient shrine. Woodcutters have discovered a new dangerous event in the forest. An ominous shrine from a long-forgotten era. It's dangerous, but might hold some ancient knowledge useful to the crown. Threats. In 5 seconds, we get... Kills 3 random villagers. Okay. Well, that's not good. If the event isn't completed in time. Time, 1:30. Reward, chest of ancient tablets. So, how do I do that? Change reason. Okay, let me check this again. So, objective. Change scrolls to fabric in the ancient shrine. So I can switch that to fabric. And then, in order to do this, I need to assign workers to this expedition. And then my workers will bring those goods over. So it's going to... Okay, so it's heading out to kill 3 random villagers. A human died, and a lizard died. Okay. I'm not sure if I just didn't see the alert earlier, or if that was, if it just always starts with that, like we only had 5 seconds to react. Scouts are idle in ancient shrine. Okay, so we've got these guys. So how do we... I'm confused as to how I tell it to deliver the goods. I guess I just need these planks. I need to have them on hand. Or I could do wood, so... Alright, so I just need to have those items on hand, and then I can investigate. So now I've got the things, sending my scouts over. Let's pull someone off of wood cutting. Or not stone cutting, yeah, off of wood cutting. To speed up this process. Still learning the mechanics a little bit here. So these guys are now bringing those items over. Harvester's camp has no deposits nearby. So let's move it over here where it can grab more flax. Can I move it to a place where it will still be in range of the workshop? Okay, well, I don't like that about this interface that it doesn't show the line to the workshop when you're moving a production building. But we've now finished this, and then this timer starts ticking down, so we should get it before we lose another 3 villagers. It's brutal that it just killed 3 villagers as soon as we discovered it, so I guess what we're to learn here is that these dangerous mechanics are not messing around. So far, it doesn't look like the Queen's impatience passing these thresholds does anything, but we'll find that out later. 3, 2, 1. And then we grab this ancient tablet. Is my guy bringing back an ancient tablet? Show what he's carrying. Brought back the ancient tablet, and now we should be able to deliver the orders and end the mission. Alright. This village has been secured, but there's one more test of your skills. Villagers with low resolve will start leaving, increasing the Queen's impatience. Keeping resolve exceptionally high will grant passive reputation over time. Okay, cool. So if we make our villagers happy, then that's how we can help win. Satisfying your villagers' need with complex food, homes, and services will increase their happiness. Sure. Each species has a different mix of needs. Hard to please everyone all the time. Farmers can plant only on farm fields, and those can only be built on fertile soil. Crops are planted in the first season, drizzle, and harvested during the second, clearance. Build a farm, harvest grain, and serve some ale in a tavern. Okay. Yeah, so we're learning about happiness supply chains here. Let's keep things paused for now, and we will choose a blueprint. Option is small farm. So we still have all these camps that we unlocked last time. Simple path grants a 5% speed increase to villagers. This I will definitely start laying down now that we understand some of this stuff. We can build more hearths, it looks like, to expand our housing radius. So that's good to know. Trading post. We don't need to worry about that yet. Same with warehouses. Alright, so let's get some basic supplies up. Let's get a woodcutter's camp over in this corner. Face it here. And then get a farm up like it suggests. So I can build a farm. If it has to be touching the field, will it then work all of the fields? Is there a way I can get this where it doesn't stomp 3 but still touches the whole thing? Yeah, so this only stomps 2. I don't know if I need to worry about stomping these fields by putting this down on top of them. Like, does that delete them? Looks like it does. So I want to be building my farm fields such that they surround an empty space in that case. Let's also build a path from here. Let me build a path. Path. Here we go. From there to there. We can start having some paths actually working for our village. And then I'm going to let this start going, and I'll start putting down some shelters. No, we don't have access to shelters yet. I will probably need a woodcutter and a stonecutter. This one is a slick shell brood mother. Gross. Over here, we want to slot in some humans. Small farm has no farm fields nearby. What do you mean? Got all these farms. Oh, that's fertile ground, not farm fields. Ah. So then I do like so. Get all these farm fields. Over here I want some woodcutters, and we'll designate 2 paths. Can I get a narrower designation? Hold Alt to clear marked trees instead, so I could designate like a narrower path by kind of sweeping in. I just want to breach. I don't really need to clear space right now. Orders ready to complete. Okay, so we have done this. We get a couple humans and a Queen's Grace. Now, that will allow us to unlock shelters. Great. So let's get those up. Do 1, 2, 3. Flip those around. 4, 5, 6. Don't have enough wood for that, but we'll get there in the end. Then I'm going to build a path to increase my villager speed. Surround the hearth in paths as well, just to make things a little smoother for what my villagers are trying to do. Similarly, we'll path out to here. This one I don't want. Can I cancel it? How do you cancel? There we go. Then we get a cornerstone. Alright. Reinforced tools. Better goods, or 5 barrels per minute. So better farms or just some extra barrels. Let's just grab some barrels. Can't hurt to just have some barrels show up, right? Then I'm gonna just focus on getting my other basic supplies up. So let's get a harvester for this flax. If I put this here, it will be on the path. And a stone cutter for this clay. One thing that's really nice about this game is that because you can just move the buildings later, it feels not bad to just put them down on a deposit and then just mine out that deposit. Alright, let's speed things up and let them get to it for a minute. And then I need to build entertainment, workstation, shelter. Alright, we still don't have access to an inn yet. I do need to build another woodcutter's camp for our quest goal here. Just gonna put that right here for now, and then we'll move it closer to the trees later on. And then can I prioritize this? Yes. So we'll increase its priority to be built. That way we can get a reputation. Perfect. And then we are out of beavers, so we'll use humans for now. Open a glade, and in the glade we have a small encampment. Destroyed camp in the wilderness. There's still survivors in the area. We can either send them away, and then we get eggs and amber, or we can welcome the new people, and then we get vegetables, or we can choose something else. Let's do welcome the new people. Assign workers to proceed, so these 2 lizards can go grab those 2 people. Alright, now I understand how this works. Over here we have another similar event, and we'll do that as soon as we finish the first one. Order's ready to complete. Let's do that. So we get a Queen's Grace and a bunch of random things. Now we need to build a small trapper's camp and collect meat. Okay. Well, that we could do. I'm going to move this woodcutter's camp I kind of want to start clearing some space out over on the right here so that our trapper will be placed more easily. But how long until this is done? Okay, 25 seconds. Yeah, so we need to provide them with 4 vegetables, then we get some people. But we have 57 vegetables right now, so that's fine. Kind of out of builders right now because we don't have enough guys doing anything, but now we've got these beavers, so let's put them on woodcutting. Choose a new blueprint. We get the trapper's camp. Great. And then over here, I'm going to assign 2 more workers. We'll do lizards for now, and then I just want to welcome these new people as well. We currently have 16, so that'll bring us up to 18, which will be all that we can fit in our shelters currently. But this is fine. Then I want to build a trapper's camp. Can I fit it in this corner easily? Not without crushing some resources, so this is not the most efficient pathing, but it'll just have to do for now. Over here I need some workers, and then over here I need some workers. When our lizards come back from scouting, we can put them in the tracker camp. Over here we've also got worm-tongue nest and some stormbird nests. Newcomers are waiting. Do we get more people? we do get more people. So leather, 2 human, or a human and a beaver, or 2 humans. I think for now we just want 1 of each. That does mean I need to build another house. Build that in there. This is definitely not terribly clean, so what I'm going to do at this point is move this woodcutting camp over to this side of the area. Where can I fit that in there? And then designate these trees, both to get to this glade, but also to clear us some more space. Actually, let's just kind of chop this whole section. So this woodcutting camp, I think, will... Yeah, it's still having people just randomly clearing out this side, so we can square off what we're doing over here. Alright, over here we've got some free lizards, so let's get them in. I could build another trapper camp, but I don't think we need to do that yet. These are a gathering hut, harvester's camp, which actually is currently in range. Do these grab mushrooms? No. Herbalist's camp is what I need for that, which I believe we don't have access to right now. But at least everyone is housed. We're still losing food, so I'm going to need to build another... I guess we'll just build a trapper's camp here. Then once we've expanded... Actually, we've got another set of fertile ground over here, so let's build a farm. Still learning where everything is. Here we go. Small farm. Try to get all of these fertile tiles in without crushing anything, and then build fields on them. Then I'm going to build a path out to there. This game is currently very calm, partly because of the just the music, which is very low-key, but I can see how it'll get frantic when you're racing against time later on. Glade events, we already know about this. Once you select a glade event, the event panel will appear. There you'll be able to find a few different sections. Yeah, so we've had to figure this out without this tooltip, but basically it looks like you enter resources, put in some workers, and then get an effect. You can gain reputation by successfully completing orders, by exploring your surroundings, or by keeping your villagers happy. Every full reputation point you earn lowers impatience. I see. So these bars are probably you lower by 1 when you get a reputation point. Over here, let's get some humans farming. And we've now completed an order. Next, we need a smokehouse to make jerky. Cool. So we get to unlock that. We don't have access to the alehouse, but I guess we have to build up to that. Alright, so let's go to the smokehouse. I want it to be... Ideally, it would draw directly from the trapper, but our space is a little limited here, so let's move this house over to here for now. Feels a little disorganized doing it that way, but at least then I can get the smokehouse in where it draws directly from the trapper and is close to the warehouse. Looks like the season just changed, so Storm Year 1, next drizzle in 128. At this point, I think... Do we have... How many idle workers do we have? Is there any easy way to see that? Ooh, Hostility of the Forest. I guess we'll see what that is later. So right now, we have 2 and 1 builder free workers. I definitely want a couple more workers. Let's grab this. Here's our second woodcutting camp. Stone, wood. Alright, so this woodcutting camp has almost cleared everything out, so we're going to move that to somewhere it'll be a little better. Put it down here, maybe. And then I'm actually going to designate that and try to breach another blade. So I've actually, that's kind of cool. I blocked off the pathing, but the woodcutter is actually chopped through to make a path around. And then while we're doing that, let's build ourselves another trapper's camp and trap all this stuff. Gonna build a path down to it. Nope. Okay, so they didn't quite chop away around. I'm gonna designate enough trees to make a path, a wider path, and then de-designate this. Over here, I need some workers, so lizards are good at that. What do I have lizards doing? I have lizards trapping. Well, we're out of lizards, so I need beavers on this. And I guess we don't have enough workers to make this go currently. I probably need to decrease, like, let's pull some guys off the harvester's camp just so I have some builders. Let's take a look at this one, small abandoned cache. We can send some stone to break it open for eggs and tablets, or we can send it to the Citadel with tools, but we don't have any tools, so let's do that. Assign these two for now, and go do that. Then we get to choose another cornerstone. Oh, great, newcomers, that's what we desperately needed. Yeah, we'll take the larger amount of people. I'll need to build some houses for them, but we'll take a look at that in a second. We can make our brewing more efficient, or our grain production increases by +1 every 25 times it's produced. We don't have access to brewing yet, but that was the sort of ultimate goal of this. Mission, so we're going to leave that for now. Then I've got these extra people, so let's get them working here. Have those two humans doing that, so for now we'll put a human on the harvester's camp. Then when they're done with this cache, we'll stick the other human on it, leaving the beaver to do as our builder. Great, so we did that. Then they just have to pull our resources back. Also, now have some space, so I can build a path down to this building. And redesignate these trees to break into another blade. Enable meat in the jerky recipe. Oh, so I need to click this. Recipes, insects, yeah, no. Wait. Recipes, meat, yep. Yeah, so this should be working. Yeah, we're making jerky. Okay. We also are gathering insects and eggs here. Okay, then I need to add a few more houses in. So right now we have 26 people and 7 houses. 7 houses is 21, so we'll build 2 more houses. And then I'm going to future-proof by building another 2 houses. Make sure we've got paths to everything. Got a guy just sort of slowly carrying stuff around. See what happens when we break through here. Okay, let's move this this woodcutter's camp down closer to where I'm trying to cut from. And this woodcutter's camp, I'm just going to leave here and let it continue to clear out this area. Just make a little more space around our hearth. And let's speed things up while we're waiting for the jerky to finish. This guy's also just making pottery, and we're making incense, so we've just enabled all the recipes, it looks like. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind having some pottery just happening. Alright, Stonecutter's camp has no deposits nearby, so we need to find some clay. Currently don't have any clay. So I'm going to grab this woodcutter's camp, move it up here temporarily, and chop through there and hope that we find some clay or stone or something, because right now there's nothing for that stonecutter's camp to do. Yeah, being able to just like move the buildings around I really like. And we've now completed our orders. Rewards, barrels, builder's pack, and nets. Cool. Deliver. So, we now need to build a brewery. Let's select brewery. So this glade has no clay in it, so let's move this. Let's undesignate these. Move the woodcutter's camp again. I'm going to pause this real quick. Woodcutter's camp can go in here, and we'll designate these to chop, get into that area. Then I could build another farm. It looks like we have a ton of fertile land over there, which is great. It's nice that this glade has so much in it. But what we need to do first is to build a brewery. The brewery pulls from the farms, so let's build it right here. I guess this is going to be our industrial district. Can I build a path out through here? Did I leave a tile? I did not. Okay. So, we'll use... Gonna lose some fertile ground doing this, but we'll build out here, build a path around this area, and then our brewery will go here, face inwards. I could also just move this trapper's camp one tile over. It's gonna knock down some fields. No, because I've built fields there, I can't do that. So later on, when we've cleared out this space, I'll move the trapper camp over into that space, and then we can build a path out the other direction and make our supply lines a little more efficient. Currently only have 3 idle workers. Humans are good at brewing, right? Yeah. Over here, I've got Wormtongue Nest and another cache, so we can grab some of this stuff. We still have no tools, right? Crafting resources. Yeah, we're not making... Oh no, we start with 30 tools, but we're not making any tools. I think it's still probably okay to just go for the reputation. I don't think we need any of these resources, so let's grab that, assign 2 workers. We'll do the beaver and the human, so we can put our last remaining human on brewing. Hoping to get some newcomers soon so that we can increase our quantity of stuff. Gonna undesignate this tree and switch this woodcutter's camp over to this side. And then designate some... I guess we'll just designate this whole swathe of trees. Enable barrels in the ale recipe. Okay, so over here, let's put our human on this. We have no builders right now, no idle workers, but we've got 1 human, and then we can enable barrels in the ale recipe. So either pottery or barrels is what we want. Yeah, so barrels are better for us. I guess, actually, so we can disable pottery if we want, or enable all 3. Yeah, let's just do that. I don't see why we wouldn't just enable all of these. But it is cool to have the option. Newcomers are waiting. Great. We needed those very badly. Let's take the 4 of them. I think we are still within range, so we've got 6 plus 5 is 11 houses, which is 33, and that's 28 people that we have. Is there... I'm still not seeing any way to just access that information easily. Which I wish there was. So definitely let me know if I'm just completely blind and I'm missing something. Anyways, let's go to our brewery and add in another human, because we got another human. Let's go to our... make sure our trapping and everything is working. Our harvester's camp we can move somewhere as well. We just harvested everything there. So there's some flax over there that we can harvest. That's pretty much it, so we'll do that. Not going to worry about building a path over there yet. Ooh, we can add another field to... So there's 1 more tile of fertile ground next to that farm. It looks like as things get further from your warehouse, they get very inefficient, so we can solve that probably by building another warehouse. It does cost a bunch of resources that are pretty difficult to come by, but I think this will help our efficiency down in this corner quite a bit. Read more food. Your villagers need food to eat in order to survive. Makes sense. Every few minutes, yeah, they'll go gather some food. Even if you grow vegetables on your farms, the amount of food you produce... Okay, so each species can only withstand a certain number of hunger stacks before dying of starvation. That's totally fine. Even if you grow vegetables on your farms, the amount of food you produce will soon become insufficient for a growing population. The solution is to process raw food and thus multiply it. Makes sense. So as we're making this jerky, for example, it's increasing the amount of food that we're getting from stuff. Do we want to welcome new people or send to the Citadel? Well, we've got some space, so let's welcome some new people. And then this woodcutter's camp, I'm going to move back down to here, and we're not using this this fertile ground right now, so I just want to clear some space for us to do stuff with. A root deposit. We still have found no clay or stone or anything, so our stonecutter's camp is still not doing anything useful, which is definitely worrisome, because I think we're going to run out of things to do there. I guess I could remove these people from it, of course, but I don't want to forget to put them back whenever we find something to do with this stonecutter's camp. Having built this warehouse, this should make our stuff down here more efficient, hopefully. Great, so we've got a couple extra... We have some workers. We can grab copper and fiber, or amber and reputation. Let's do the amber and reputation to get closer to winning. And then similarly over here, just going to do the same thing. We now have a few too many people for the production level that we have, so that says to me we probably need to build another food source. Although we are currently gaining food, right now we are losing in terms of workshop material. We actually don't have anyone in a we didn't build a workshop, so let's do that. So if I build it down here, it'll pull from both warehouses, but if I build it over here in what we're calling our industrial district, it will pull from all of this stuff. So let's... I'm concerned about just sealing off this area, of course. let's move this trapper's camp. We said we were going to do that, and just put it over here. Then I'm going to build my workstation here. And then I can build a path to connect these areas. Get to choose another cornerstone. +2 to meat production, gain an additional meat every yield. Or gain 30 meat every time a villager dies or leaves. Well, we're not going to have villagers die and leave. Our villagers are perfect and love us too much. So extra meat production is great. Trapper's camp has no deposits. Oh, alright, well we moved it, but then also it immediately mined everything out. So let's move it somewhere else again. Move it up here, or down to one of these areas. We already have a warehouse down here, and this actually covers a lot of ground, so let's put it right here. And then I'll get it a path over to the trapper's camp. Workstation needs some workers, and beavers are good at that. So there, do we have a... No, we have a lizard working in that. Alright, once these caches are done, we should have some more people back. Yeah, so this one, as soon as we're done with that, we can put another beaver in the workstation. Just waiting for this to finish emptying, and then this guy is on break. It's now idling. I assume when this person gets back to the warehouse, yeah, that disappears and my guys go on idle. Great. So then we can move him to the workbench. Anything else that we need to get? Still have no access to clay or stone. There's a lot of dangerous areas around, and I think we don't have enough farms, probably. Right now it looks like we are running low on grain for our ale production. Let's choose a blueprint. We can get a tavern. Okay, perfect. Well, we'll grab that. And yeah, I guess we just put the tavern right in the middle, near where my people are on break. Orders ready to complete. We get mushrooms, barrels, and planks. Great. Build a tavern and fulfill need for leisure. Well, we're already on the way to building a tavern. Newcomers are waiting. It's a lot of people. We actually don't need that many people, I don't think. So let's pick up this pack of 4. Right now we've got a ton of idle people. And then we're losing building materials, which we knew. We're, I think, as well losing food. So we're going to build this small farm right here. Again, slightly inefficient because we're stomping some fields, but I think this is still worth doing. And then let's get it. Fields. So it grows both vegetables and grain, unless I select one. But I think that's fine. We can just leave it doing both. I have some more blueprints I can get. Alright, so we can get houses for specific people. Let's get... Who do we have the most of? We've got lizards, actually. So let's get a lizard house. Makeshift post can produce pack of crops, pack of provisions, can use clearance water. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure that one out later. Next, this woodcutter's camp isn't doing anything in particular. Neither of my woodcutter's camps are doing anything in particular that I need, so I'm going to move this one down here and try to breach into 2 more glades, and we'll actually get a dangerous glade event. I don't mind if I lose a couple of villagers right now, because we're overproduced on villagers at the moment. I think we have not enough in the way of building materials because we still have found no stone or clay, anything for the stonecutters camp to be doing. So we don't have enough planks. Planks, obviously, are wood, not stone, but... Let's see. Do we need to increase... like, build a second crude workstation? Currently, our building materials are dropping, and our crafting resources are all increasing except for clay, leather... Interesting. Wood is not a crafting resource. Wood is a fuel. Alright, everything is increasing. We have a couple extra guys, so I'm going to build another workstation. Then I've also got these lizard houses. We also need some more flax for our cloth. We do have a harvester's camp over here, but maybe it's a little too far from a warehouse. Main issue, yeah, is that we don't have enough fabric. So let's try to get this sorted out. Ah, I see. I'm missing a second worker here. That's the problem. Small trapper's camp has no deposits nearby. Wow, it cleared all that stuff out really quickly. Oh no, I see. Because we had 2 trappers' camps in the same area. So yeah, we'll just move it down to here and it can clear out that pod as well. So that was the problem. This whole time I've only had 1 worker in my harvester's camp. Roots can be grabbed by foragers. Here we have another flax deposit. So let's get another harvester's camp. Because I think that's the main thing that we're missing. Build a path up to here. Over here, I want to put some people in this area. We'll have 1 lizard because we don't have enough beavers for it. And then build a couple more lizard houses wherever we can fit them in. And paths as much as we can. Alright, did we break through to something? Sure did. Okay, over here we have a Totem of Denial. It's a threat in 12 minutes, which will create an impatience point. It interferes with the hearth in the center of the settlement, so we need to send it oil. Hang on, let me click this. Planks, oil, coal, or sea marrow. Or we could perform the ritual. With ale, wine, incense, scrolls, tea, or training gear. Reward, we get the converted Tome of Denial. Alright. Hey, that's kind of cool. Alright, so let's perform ritual. So while this is being worked on, we can't sacrifice goods in the hearth. Well, we weren't doing that anyways, so let's do that. And then over here, we've also got a medium abandoned cache. We can grab some of this stuff. I think bundle of coats, herbs, and pottery if we send it some stone. Or we can just try to win. If we get enough reputation, we just win, so let's try to do that. And then over here, I can either rebuild the Weaver, which produces fabric better than the crude workstation does, That's cool. Alright, let's do that. Only sent 2 guys there because we're kind of out of guys, but... Oh, we don't have anyone in this harvester's camp because I just built it, but we'll wait until we're done some of those things. And yeah, we're completely out of builders and building material as well. That said, we've got the tavern. We need to put workers in the tavern if we want them to do entertainment. So let's cancel rebuilding the Weaver for now and put workers in the tavern. And then we'll grab this later on. Inscribed monolith. Lore tablet 2. Harmony. Though sealed beneath the muddy ground, their voices ring loud and clear. Maddening, alluring. Counts as 2 decoration of its type. Cool. So we just like got a tablet and we can... I see. So we do want decoration just to make things more attractive. I guess we will pull in the newcomers because we're just out of people again. Let's grab grain and roots and stone over plant fiber. Stonecutter's camp still has nothing to do, but now we can get these guys rebuilding. And the need for leisure is being fulfilled over here. So definitely some stuff we could tighten up and optimize for next time, but feeling pretty good about this so far. Hubs and hearth levels. When expanding your settlement, it's very useful to set up hubs in faraway glades so that your villagers don't have to walk all the way back to the town center just to deposit collected goods or take a break. To create a hub, you'll need to build a warehouse and a small hearth and assign a new firekeeper. You can have multiple hubs at once. I see. Cool. Yeah, so we can make more little towns, basically, in each new glade. Definitely something to keep in mind as we go forward. Villagers fulfill their most basic needs at the hearth, but services... Villagers don't have to physically go to a service building to fulfill their service needs. They'll still rest at the hearth as usual, but for them to fulfill the need for leisure, a tavern must be present and operating somewhere in the settlement. Okay, so they don't actually need to go to the tavern, so the tavern can probably just be put like way far out in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't need to do anything in particular. Alright, but we have gotten our settlement completed and hit level 2 because we've completed those 2 tutorial missions. Really liking this game so far. Definitely seems like it has a lot of complexity going forward. New citadel upgrades, grain collector, herbalist camp, mine, flame amulets, crowded houses as a cornerstone. Cool. So it looks like those are meta upgrades that we can add to the roguelike nature of the run. Alright, well, having done those 2 tutorial missions, yeah, tutorial 1 town, tutorial 2 town, the world is a vast, ever-changing place, and at its heart lies the smoldering city. I think we are going to come back to this in a future episode, but thank you for watching, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you next time for more Against the Storm. As always, feel free to leave a comment. Like I said, if you are experienced with this game, give me tips on general play, but please don't spoil specific things from later on in the game. And I will catch you next time. You can subscribe, you can drop a like if you want to support the channel. All that stuff is very helpful. Cheers, folks. GG.